China. Jiang Province, Lishui County, Hangyuan City. At the entrance of Sendai Village, a young man with a suitcase walked down from a bus. His name is Suyu. Grew up in Sendai Village, and later was admitted to Taito University. After graduating from Taito University, she found a job in the city. 5 years of urban life has left Suyu feeling exhausted physically and mentally. The monthly rent, water, electricity, food, and drink make him breathless. Just 3 days ago, Suyu quit his job in the imperial capital with a monthly salary of over 10,000. Decided to return to the countryside. As the sun sets, I look at the tall and orderly houses in the village. Suyu's mood is unparalleled. Took the suitcase and walked into the village, and greeted many acquaintances in the village along the way. Suyu walked to the door of his yard. Suyu's parents died early in a car accident. There is no one living here since the parents died. The Su's courtyard occupies a very large area. Also because nobody lives all the year round, the yard is full of weeds. Suyu returned home and looked at the dilapidated yard. I cleaned up briefly, moved a chair in the yard, sat down, and turned on the system. A faint blue translucent light curtain appeared in front of him. Host, Suyu sex, male age, 24 number of live broadcasts, 0 popularity 0. Did not sign in today. This system is called the Country Live Broadcast System. The main purpose is to let Suyu live broadcast the country life, and you can sign in every day to get various rewards. Not today, Suyu has signed in 3 times. Get 3 different rewards respectively. Master of Illustrated Book of Animals and Plants, Animal Language Master. I don't know what good things will sign in today. Su domain, click sign in. Ding dong. Congratulations to the host for signing in successfully, get rewards. 100 steps through Yang. This is archery. Sounds pretty good. Suyu decided to extract everything he signed in these days. Extraction. In the next second, Suyu felt that there was a huge amount of knowledge in his mind. All kinds of knowledge such as the material habits and characteristics of the origin of animals and plants that have never been seen before are deeply in my mind, as if at this moment, Suyu has become a super expert specializing in animals and plants. Animal Language Master. Extraction. This ability is incredible. After was extracted, Suyu felt as if he could hear farther voices. Damn! This soil is really hard. But fortunately, my brother has a few irons. Brothers, step up. Today I have to make this piece of land loose for me. The voice of an earthworm from the ground came. There are still a few sparrows talking on the tree in the distance. The animal language Suyu seemed to be able to understand it instantly. This is awesome. Can understand the language of animals. Suyu pondered, if this is to open a pet hospital, wouldn't it be earning old nose money? Then, 100 steps Chuan Yang extracted. Suyu's pupils were covered by a layer of lavender, and in the next second, many things in front of him began to slow down. A fly flew past his eyes, and the fly that had been fast in Suyu's eyes became extremely slow now. As long as Suyu is willing, can hold it in the air. Finally. This is not an ability. Is one thing. According to the system introduction, it is a water source full of spiritual energy. Is a well, and Suyu needs to choose a place to bind it. Then a well will appear in the selected place. As long as the water drawn from this well is full of aura. I drank Reiki water to cure all diseases. From now on, my waist no longer hurts, and my legs no longer hurt. Ran up to the 15th floor without even breathing. Anyway, it's good. Suyu directly found a suitable place in his yard. Just here. Suyu has extracted. In an instant. At the feet of Suyu, a well that revealed a little antiquity appeared. Because it is summer, there is still a slight white cold from the head of this well. And a thin layer of ice formed at the mouth of the well. Looks very cool at first glance. Suyu just happened to be very hot. Hit a bucket of well water to scoop a bowl and drank it. Cool. Cool. Comfortable. So sweet. The water in this well is really cool. Drink it as if the whole body's heat has been driven away. And it's still the feeling of cooling from the throat to the whole body. The most important thing is that the well water is still sweet, and it will be sweet after drinking it. Isn't this thing more original and more delicious than the farmer's sanquin on the market? After drinking shui suyu, he shuddered all over. The whole person is high. Putting down the bowl, I don't know if it is an illusion or something. Suyu unexpectedly felt that his strength had increased a bit. And the whole person is more energetic. Is this the reason why the system says there is aura in the water? It is the aura in the water that is improving my body. In the future, I don't know if I can live forever by drinking more Reiki water, but I guess it's certain to prolong my life. I experienced a handful of Reiki water. Suyu is ready to broadcast. Suyu usually has the habit of watching live broadcasts. Is also very simple to start broadcasting. The platform that Suyu usually watches the most live broadcasts is She Alive. Therefore, I must choose the most familiar She Alive broadcast. Set up the platform on the mobile phone, set up the camera for UU reading www.yuyugonshu.com, and authorize the camera. Finally, I took the name of a live broadcast room and started the live broadcast. Suyu thought briefly, and the name of the live broadcast room was Start Broadcasting. Otherwise, She Alive broadcast is a big domestic platform. Newcomers like Suyu were rushing in as soon as the broadcast started. Wow! Discover a new wild anchor. Brother, is this going to be broadcast outdoors? My little brother looks a little handsome. I love this look. Where is the anchor? The environment looks good. Blue sky and white clouds. What a beautiful view, is my little brother in the countryside. Suyu was the first time it was broadcast, and he was a little unfamiliar fiddling with various operations on his mobile phone. Looking at these barrage, Suyu also started to reply one by one. Hello everyone, my name is Suyu. As you can see, today is indeed the first broadcast. The place in the live broadcast room is in my hometown, Hangyuan City, Zhang Province. I hope you can support me and enjoy watching the countryside. You can pay attention to life. Rural life? This is a bit interesting, but is the anchor in your yard now? This yard is really not small. Yet. I haven't seen such a big yard yet. Wouldn't it be a landlord in my little brother's house? But why are there so many weeds in the yard? Does my little brother usually leave it alone? Suyu, it's like this. I haven't come back for a long time, so this yard has been idle for several years. I just went home today, and I happened to take care of it this afternoon and remove the weeds. But if we are weeding, I don't have any tools on hand now. Wait a minute, everyone, I will borrow some farm tools next door. Agricultural tools? Does the anchor manually weed it? Really? Manual weeding? This yard is not small, can you finish it in one afternoon? It's exhausting. The rural people who have land at home say that manual weeding is really exhausting. +1. I personally said that I would rather drop a bottle of paraquat than manually weed it. Suyu, in fact, manual weeding is not as tiring as everyone thinks, and this is the home yard, and spraying pesticides at home is not appropriate. Suyu finished speaking and went out. Came to the neighbor's house and knocked on the door. Uncle Zhang, are you at home? Waited at the door for a long time and no one spoke. Oh, it seems that the anchor is going to be empty, no one is at home. Would you like to change the house? Suyu, it's okay, let's go in and get it directly, and tell Uncle Zhang when we return. Isn't this inappropriate? Direct burglary. 666. A certain anchor directly broadcast the burglary. You can dial 110. Suyu looked at the barrage and sweated profusely, don't think so badly. The owner of this house and I have known each other for more than 10 years. People have watched me grow up since I was a kid. I used to be when Uncle Zhang was not at home. Just come in and get things. I still have the keys to their house. It's good in the countryside. If anyone lacks anything, go directly to the neighbor's house to get it. It's enough to tell it afterwards. There is nothing to steal. Su Yu explained. Agree, the countryside is indeed closer to neighbors, and the relationship between neighbors is incomparable in the city. Yes, it's possible to live in the city for 10 years without knowing whether it is a man or a woman. If you look at it this way, it is indeed better to be in the countryside, and every household has a care. Looking at me, I want to go back to my hometown. It's a pity that I don't have any money, so I can only go to work. I really envy the anchor. Su Yu went home and took the key, opened the door of Uncle Zhang's house, walked to the backyard by car, and found a set of farm tools in the backyard. Came home with these farm tools. Su Yu stretched his arms and started to work. Reinstall the camera position. Su Yu, okay, let's start weeding now. After speaking, weeding started. The yard of Su Yu's house occupies a large area. I'm afraid there are more than 200 square meters. The old saying is that there are people in the landlord's house. Su Yu didn't know why his yard was so big. Usually the yard is really big and spacious, but once the grass grows, it is really troublesome except for drafting. After working for half an hour, Su Yu used a hoe, a rake, and a sickle. Various tools are used. Is only a small area. The audience in the live broadcast room looked tired. I love the anchor, and it's still summer, it's too difficult. I just looked at it. The outdoor temperature in Hangyuan City, where the anchor is located, is now as high as 39 degrees. Good guy. I can't stand outside for 10 minutes in such a hot weather. I admire the anchor for this hard-working spirit. Princess Pig reward a magic book. Big brother has worked hard. If you really can't do it, take a rest and do it again. Don't get heat stroke because it's so hot outside. Su Yu, thanks to Princess Pig for the magic book. It's okay. It's only half an hour. Heat stroke is impossible. Let's finish it now. Otherwise, it's dark and it won't be done. The grass in this yard, it looks disgusting. If I don't finish it, I'm probably going to be eaten by mosquitoes if I live here tonight. Looked at the weeds in this yard. It's easiest to raise mosquitoes in this kind of haystack. If you can't finish it during the day, Su Yu lives here at night, and there are so many mosquitoes that can really eat people. But Su Yu didn't panic. Although it is hot outside. But who will let us have spiritual water? Tired and dry, Su Yu put down the in his hand and poured a bowl of spiritual energy water into it. Immediately resurrected with full blood. The exhaustion on his body was instantly wiped out. The 40-degree big sun is instantly diluted by the coolness of the Reiki water. Picked up the and continued to do it. 6666. The anchor is a donkey. This endurance is too strong. This is really not afraid of heat. Take it. Come on, little brother. Black Pineapple Girl reward a money gun. Princess Pig reward a magic book. Su Yu, thank you for your rewards. We are now halfway through the weeding process. Let me go to the toilet and come back and continue. Su Yu drank Reiki water several times, and was a little anxious to go to the bathroom. Greeted the audience in the live broadcast room and then slipped straight away. Ha ha ha. The anchor can't hold back, let you drink so much water. Mazaiwa raises funds urine escape. Shocked. A live broadcast of Shia's live broadcast actually made millions. Hey? Look, everyone, what is the thing in the lower left corner of the video? After Su Yu ran to the toilet, a white shadow flashed across a corner of the yard. Was discovered by a few sharp-eyed viewers. This white shadow is very fast, moving close to the ground, under the cover of the weeds in the yard. If you don't look closely, you really can't see it. This white shadow swam across the yard, and finally came to the side of the well in the yard. After the white shadow stopped, the audience in the live broadcast room could see exactly what it was. Snake. Fuck. Do you still have this thing in the anchor's house? What a big snake. No, this can't be considered a snake anymore. It's such a big snake. The anchor, run away. You have a big snake in your house. Fortunately, my little brother went to the toilet. If he was hit by a big snake, he might be in the belly of the snake now. What should I do? How about calling the police? You reading www.yuyugonshu.com, such a big snake, won't kill people, right? The police don't know where the anchor's home is, I only know Hang Yuan City, but Hang Yuan is so big, the ghost knows where the anchor's home is. Wait, look, what does this white snake want to do? The barrage in the live broadcast room keeps flashing. Behind the live broadcast, thousands of eyes stared at the screen. In the yard of Suryu's house, this big white snake came to the well and started to poke its head into the wooden bucket used by Suryu to fetch water. Then began to drink the well water. The audience in the live broadcast room was stunned. Is this true? This snake actually came to drink water. This is a bit outrageous. Is it because the anchor's water is better to drink? Such a big python is attracted. Just when the discussion in the live broadcast room was in full swing, Suryu came out of the toilet. When he came to the backyard, Suryu saw the big white snake drinking the water from his own well all the way back. As soon as Suryu walked out, he was immediately seen by the audience in the live broadcast room. It's over. Little brother is back. Run, anchor. It's too late to run. The anchor shouldn't be stupid. Why don't you think about it at this time? Such a big snake can't be beaten by humans. In fact, Suryu wanted to run away when he first saw this big white snake. But in the next second, the big white snake seemed to sense something, and looked up at Suryu's side. Being stared at by this big snake, Suryu can't go even if he wants to go now. Fizz. Fizz. Suryu and Bai Snake looked at each other, and smiled awkwardly. Hee, what, brother snake, hello. Suryu looked at the big white snake that appeared inexplicably, he didn't know what to say. How about hello to it first? No way, the anchor is crazy? Still saying hello to the snake. I'm laughing so hard, this is a talent. Brother, let's go fast, how can snakes understand human words? The people in the live broadcast room all sweated for Suryu. Suryu was not in a hurry. Because the next moment, he seemed to understand the language of this white snake. Fizz. Fizz. Delicious. Delicious. Suryu has the ability of and can understand all animal languages. The meaning of this big white snake is that my own well water is delicious? So this guy really came to my well? Okay. It seems that this guy is not malicious. People just come to drink water. Suryu, don't panic, everyone, this snake doesn't seem to be malicious, let me talk to it first, maybe it can be resolved peacefully. True nuclear level resolution. Do you still exchange a fart? I ran away long ago. Communicate with a python? Are you sure the snake can understand? If you can understand me, call your dad on the spot and brush 10 super rockets on the spot. Sit and watch the anchor die. This is a hot topic, not the rhythm of the news. Shocked, a man in a certain village failed to communicate with a snake and was swallowed by a large python. Suryu didn't watch these bullet screens, because at this time, he was still trying to communicate with this big white snake. Hello, brother snake. How do you call it? Hiss, hiss. The white snake listened to Suryu's words and looked at him with his head tilted. Looked blank, obviously he didn't understand Suryu's meaning very well. Suryu's heart, it seems that this guy is not very intelligent, and he should have just learned to express meaning. exchanged a few words with this big white snake again. This guy can only express a few meanings. Then, Yu stretched out his hand, trying to touch the head of the big white snake. Don't be the anchor, be careful that the white snake bites your hand off. Aren't you afraid that this snake is poisonous? Don't let the anchor die. Come back, Xiunian. Yu, don't worry, I have already negotiated with it, and it won't hurt me. Yu said, expressing kindness to the white snake. This big white snake obviously has a ear. Can feel the kindness of Yu. So Yu stretched out his hand, and white snake didn't resist, so he just let Yu put his hand on his head directly. The head of this white snake is big, very soft and comfortable to touch, not the dark and wet feeling of ordinary snakes. The audience in the live broadcast room watched Yu playing with snakes, and was shocked collectively. Finally, I saw that Yu actually played the snake safely, and the live broadcast room exploded in an instant. Fuck! Isn't this true? I'm kneeling. Can the anchor really communicate with the snake? It is a miracle not to be eaten by this big white snake. I was scared to death just now, I almost didn't dare to look at it. I would like to praise my little brother for his courage. Should the anchor be the legendary animal trainer? Have you worked in a circus before? What about the guy who just bragged that the anchor told Dad to use the rocket when he talked with the snake? The anchor has done it, so don't pretend to be counseled. Come out. Yeah. What about that guy just now? Don't pretend to be dead. Come out and honor your promise. Should you not run away? Run? Is he the kind of person who doesn't believe in words? If you call a father, you call it a father. 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 Promise 10 super rockets awarded. Yu was also taken aback when he watched the audience's rewards in the live broadcast room. 10 super rockets. The most expensive gift in Xia live broadcast is the Galaxy Battleship. Then there is the super rocket. A super rocket is 1000 RMB. This person brushed 10 super rockets in one go, that's 10,000 yuan. The platform is divided into half. In other words, can Yu directly get 5,000 yuan? Incredible. Fuck. 666. Really brushed. I thought I was just a keyboard man, but I didn't expect to be a real boss. Kneel to the master. Send out 10,000 yuan in one go? It's worth 3 months of my salary. Yu, thank you for the 10 super rockets promised. Let's do this, I will send you some souvenirs later, would you leave me the contact address? No, we don't need that thing, but anchor, what do you plan to do with this big white snake? Keep it as a pet. Yu, I don't have that idea for the time being, and it looks like it's just here to drink water. It should leave after drinking. Besides, I can't even support myself now, so how can I support it? Well, I actually quite like this white snake. Yu, okay, everyone, let this white snake rest on its own. Let's continue to work. The grass hasn't been finished yet. As Yu said, he patted the white snake on the head and let the white snake go to play by himself. This white snake was also obedient, and seemed to agree with Yu. He actually ran to a corner by himself, resting there, while watching Yu doing things with a curious look. I'm so ridiculous, this white snake is too cute. The white snake said, I'm here quietly watching you eating. Come on, anchor. Don't be scorned by the white snake. Princess Pig a reward for a space shuttle. In this joyful atmosphere, Yu read www.yuyuganshu.com at 4:30 in the afternoon, and Yu finally cleared all the weeds in the yard. Strong, anchor. You really finished it. I have taken this strength. Good job. This cleaning is indeed different from before, a lot cleaner. Give the anchor's abnormal labor force a thumbs up. This endurance, it's a pity not to come to the construction site to move bricks. Lord Mo smile 10 super rockets awarded. The anchor did a great job. Come on. Fug. It's the boss? Shenhao has also come to the live room? Anchor. You are going to be developed. Did Mr. Jun haunt? The little brother hasn't hugged Mr. Jun's thigh. The front row successfully captured the wild Lord Grimm. The boss is still so rich and powerful. The shot was 10,000 yuan. Lord Moxio said it's only 10,000 yuan, sprinkle it. Su Yu, thank Lord Grimm for the 10 super rockets. But, everyone, who is Lord Grimm? Why do you all know each other? No, it's the anchor, you don't even know that you are still live broadcast? Lord Grimm is the third super boss in Shia's annual reward list. According to incomplete statistics, it is said that the money paid by Mr. Jun on Shia's live broadcast of flowers has already exceeded 8 figures, enough to buy a few houses in Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. It's a real hammer. This anchor doesn't know Lord Grimm, so let's go out and chop it. Haha, don't let the anchor be crooked by them, I'm just an ordinary person. 666. Tell a joke, don't laugh at ordinary people. Ordinary beat workers. Yes, yes, yes. If you are all ordinary people, don't we even be inferior to beggars? Cry. It's hardened, old heart. Looked at these barrage in the live broadcast room. Su Yu knew who Lord Grimm was. Turned out to be the third largest local tyrant in the Shia live broadcast list. I can't blame it for being so generous. Did not wait for Su Yu to speak again. By the way, the anchor, didn't you just say that you have some souvenirs? Can you give me some? Su Yu remembered the souvenir he had just given to, but was turned down by. Unexpectedly, Lord Grimm asked with a smile. Su Yu, are you souvenirs? Yes, you can give me the address, and I'll post it to you by the way. Wow! Is the anchor brothers so good? Does everyone have souvenirs? Think too much. If everyone has it, how much does it cost? It must be the gift-giving person. Okay. But the anchor brother, what are the souvenirs? Although we don't have one, we are also curious, can you show us? Su Yu, actually, there is nothing special, just the well water here. Well water? Really fake? Don't be kidding the anchor, what kind of specialty is well water? I'm so ridiculous. Well water can be used as a specialty. Is it possible that the well water on the anchor's side is sweeter? The same type of well water for the big white snake, you deserve it. 23,333. Mr. Jun is now estimated to be so angry that I bought you a few bottles of well water for a gift of 10,000 yuan. Tiangzihu, a few bottles of water for 10,000 yuan, is this the expensive than the 1,500 yuan a bottle of Kobe mineral water in the island country? Ah, I thought it was the other sweet potatoes. It turned out to be well water, haha. Su Yu, don't underestimate this well water, my well water is refreshing and refreshing. If you drink it for a long time, you can prolong your life. 6,666. The prolonged life is blown out, anchor cowhide. Drinking well water can prolong life? Why don't you just say that you can live forever? If a man wants a good kidney, he must drink Shenbao. After drinking it, he will be faster than Lu Xiang and taller than Yao Ming. 1 bottle is refreshing, 2 bottles are never fatigued, and 3 bottles are immortal. Su Yu looked at these barrage. Forget it. It's normal for the audience not to believe it. There is no need to explain too much. Then Su Yu wanted to ask Lord Grimm for an address. As a result, Lord Grimm also declined. Well water, forget it. Jun Mo Xiao usually drinks Evian mineral water at home. Su Yu's well water was sent, but no one drank it. Seeing Lord Grimm, I stopped laughing. Su Yu is not reluctant. Then he cleaned up, and then he was ready to return the farm tools. Uncle Zhang happened to be at home at this time. Su Yu, Uncle Zhang, I'm here to return your hoe. I used it directly when I saw no one in your house. Uncle Zhang was a little surprised to see Yu. It's Xiaoyu, when did your kid come back? Don't tell me in advance, I will ask your aunt to cook some dishes for you, and I will eat here tonight. Yu, Uncle Zhang, you are too polite, I'd better go back and eat. Yu is a little embarrassed. At this time, a middle-aged woman walked in from the backyard. This woman was Aunt Zhang. Xiaoyu, look at you as a child. It's rare to come back. Isn't it the same to eat here? You didn't eat here when you were a kid. Yu scratched his head, okay. What Aunt Zhang said is correct, Yu really liked to come to Uncle Zhang's house to have a meal when he was all right. Mainly because there was a daughter in Uncle Zhang's family who was very good looking, and Yu liked to play next to other girls when she was young. In addition, Su and Zhang's family are neighbors close to the door, which naturally caused Yu to come to eat dinner frequently. Under the warm invitation of Zhang Shu and Aunt Zhang, Yu sat down here. Aunt Zhang went to the kitchen to cook, while Uncle Zhang went out for a drink. Yu chatted with the people in the live broadcast room. Anchor, you, Uncle Zhang, are really good. I'll leave you to eat. Yes, this is almost impossible in the city. I never thought about going to a neighbor's house for dinner. I don't know what will be delicious soon, I am envious of my real name, who is still working overtime. Yu, I remember that I used to come to Uncle Zhang's house for dinner when I was a child. Aunt Zhang's craftsmanship is still very good. It is a must-see. I will show you all in a while. Yu set up the plane. After a while, Aunt Zhang brought all the fried dishes. Xiaoyu, you didn't say a word when you came back. There is no good food to entertain you, so I just made a few of them and just eat it. Yu, it's okay. Aunt Zhang, it's already very good. During the years in the imperial capital, I wanted to eat but couldn't eat the dishes you cooked. Actually, Aunt Zhang is already humble. Yu looked at the dishes on the table. The cold food is enough for 5 dishes and 1 soup, which is quite a lot. Fuck. It's called doing a few things casually. The anchor is right. Aunt Zhang's craftsmanship is really amazing. This dish is made and I am greedy. I haven't eaten dinner yet. Damn. Why should I click into this live broadcast room? Can I say that I smashed all over the place? This dish is fried, and it looks delicious. It's really good. I'm hungry. I will order a whole roasted lamb and eat it. Look, I'm hungry +1, I'll also ask my chef to roast a cow for me. You have enough, promise boss and king boss, 1 roast lamb and 1 roast cow. Isn't this bullying the honest person? Ah, today I was shown off by 2 local tyrants. The atmosphere in the live broadcast room became lively. Yu glanced at the popularity, and the number of viewers in his live broadcast room unknowingly exceeded 50,000. Subscribed to more than 20,000 followers. Has this popularity when it first aired, and if there is still no platform to attract traffic, reading www.yunsha.com is definitely considered to be against the sky. Soon, Uncle Zhang also returned from outside drinking. Yu's hometown basically doesn't drink the finished wines sold outside. Drinking here is to go out for drinks. The self-brewed Sendai wine in the Sendai village of Yu's hometown is still very good. From Yu's point of view, it is no worse than that of Maotai. It's just a pity that no one develops, and there is no cultural precipitation, so Sendai wine has never been able to go out. Uncle Zhang immediately started the meal when he came back from a drink. Before eating, Yu told Uncle Zhang and the others about his live broadcast. Uncle Zhang and Aunt Zhang are not the kind of petty person, they don't mind when they heard that Yu is live broadcast. Was rather curious. Uncle Zhang also walked to the camera and greeted the audience in the live broadcast room. I saw Uncle Zhang tapping on the camera of Yu's phone, and he also saw himself on the phone screen. Uncle Zhang, Xiaoyu, this is the live broadcast you mentioned? You did this when you came back from the imperial capital. Suyu, that's right, Uncle Zhang, the live broadcast industry is developing pretty well now. In contrast, it's too much pressure for me to stay in the imperial capital alone, so I might as well come back to my hometown and tinker. Uncle Zhang nodded, we don't understand you young people, but you think it's fine. Uncle Zhang finished speaking and saw that on the screen of his mobile phone, many viewers in the live room greeted him. Hello Uncle Zhang. Hello Uncle. Uncle Zhang also nodded to them. Hello, hello. Aunt Zhang watched Uncle Zhang still playing in front of his mobile phone, but also helplessly urged, okay, don't play, you old man playing with Xiao's stuff, come over to eat, the food is cold. Aunt Zhang urged over there. Uncle Zhang hurriedly greeted the audience in the live broadcast room and went to dinner. Began to eat, Suyu poured wine to Zhang Shu and Aunt Zhang. The Sendai liquor in Suyu's hometown is not high. Are all brewed with the ancestors' grain wine. Even people who don't know how to drink can take a few sips. If you can drink alcohol, it's okay to drink it as water. Wow, what kind of wine is the anchor drinking? Why is it green when it comes out? What brand of wine? Haven't drunk it before. This seems to be a home-brewed bar. Grain wine has impurities so it is green. Is this alcohol high? Grain wine is generally not high in strength, similar to rice wine. You have read the water margin. In ancient times, this kind of grain wine was used as water. Suyu introduced, this kind of wine is called Sendai wine from our hometown. Basically every family in our home village will make this kind of wine. Uncle Zhang's own wine is finished, so this wine is made from someone else's. Coming back. Anchor, do you sell this wine? I want to get some back and try it. I want to taste +1. My dad likes to drink grain wine. The liquor content is too high and it is uncomfortable to drink. The anchor, this kind of home wine, should be just right. Buy it, anchor. How about hanging a little yellow car? Suyu did not expect that the audience in the live broadcast room would be interested in their hometown wine. Suyu, if you really want to buy it, it probably won't work for the time being. I don't have that much reserve to sell for the time being. Even if I go out to collect, the Sendai liquor made by each house will be different. Mixed with selling will affect the taste. If you really want it, then wait a few days and wait for me to brew it myself. No problem. As long as you have it. Don't mind waiting for 2 days. Yes, that's right, we can afford to wait and don't worry about this 1 or 2 days. That's a deal, I'll come here to buy wine in a few days. Listening to Suyu's words, Uncle Zhang and Aunt Zhang also felt a little surprised. Xiao, can you still sell things in this live broadcast room? Suyu nodded, of course, it is normal for live broadcasts to bring goods now. Viewers, want to buy Sendai wine from our hometown, and I will brew a little and sell it later. Uncle Zhang nodded, it's good to be able to promote our Sendai wine by doing live broadcast. Uncle Zhang is also an old drinker. I am not used to drinking other wines, but I love the wine from my hometown. I also wanted to take out the wine from my hometown when I was young. But I can't do it. Now that Suyu has sold Sendai wine, Uncle Zhang is also very happy, and pours a few more glasses of wine for Suyu. Suyu took the chopsticks to pick up the vegetables. I ate a piece of meat and found that the taste is a bit different. Spicy and spicy, it's quite delicious. Suyu, Uncle Zhang, what kind of meat is this? This, braised rabbit meat? Didn't you eat it often when you were a kid? Can't even eat rabbit meat anymore. Suyu, maybe I haven't eaten it in years, and I forgot the smell of rabbit meat. Uncle Zhang, did you buy this rabbit? Uncle Zhang shook his head, what to buy? Spend the wronged money and go straight to the mountain to fight if you want to eat. Is there no mountain behind our village? Just a few rabbits. Uncle Zhang, I caught a wild boar when I was young. Yu was surprised, is this the rabbit you beat? Uncle Zhang, yeah, I hit 4 in total. There are 2 on this plate, and 2 will be sold tomorrow. Cow, my Uncle Zhang, the hares are not easy to fight now, but I can catch 4 of them, amazing. My dad and I went to catch one last time, and we squatted for a long time but didn't catch one. Uncle Zhang is amazing. I have a question, is it illegal to catch wild animals? Wild grass rabbits in the mountains like this are not protected animals. What kind of law do you commit? As long as you don't catch too much, you can't break the law. Actually, I want to know how Uncle Zhang caught the rabbit. Do you use traps? Yu, Uncle Zhang has a hunting license and a gun license. By the way, Uncle Zhang, I remember you still have a shotgun, right? Uncle Zhang nodded. There are still hunting hunters in rural areas, and old hunting hunters like Uncle Zhang have a gun license. There is also a shotgun at home. But this kind of shotgun has been modified, and its lethality is not great, but it is completely okay to hit hares and sparrows. I want to see Uncle Zhang's shotgun. I want to see a shotgun +1. The anchor will show it out. Yu, forget it, it won't be good if the live broadcast room is closed again. Yu declined these audience requests. Then said, well, if you are interested, I will take you up to the mountain tomorrow to pick some wild vegetables and hare. Careful anchor, it is illegal to hunt wild animals. Yu, it's okay. I got a hunting license when I was 20 years old. As long as the number is small, it's okay. Moreover, our hometown is a special place, and the government also allows hunting. The anchor has a hunting license at the age of 20? Cow. But the anchor, you said that your side is special, why is it special? Why does your side allow hunting? Really? Ask the same question, we are going to jail for any game. Yu, because our hometown is very close to the mountain, wild animals often attack the village in the past. Sometimes this happens when there are more animals in the mountain. So basically hunting is allowed here. It doesn't work on a large scale. It turns out that this is the case, the anchor has a good fortune, and you can eat any game. I am drooling with envy, and I look forward to entering the mountain tomorrow. Looking forward to. After eating. Yu reading www.yuyuganshu.com. Yu helped wash the dishes. It was already 5:30 in the evening when I went home. The sun sets. The orange sunset dyed half of the sky red. The red kapok tree on the side of the road swayed with the wind. The scenery of Sendai village was originally excellent, but now the scenery is simply picturesque in the sunset. This is also good. I envy the anchor to live in such a beautiful place. A big city will never see such a beautiful scenery in a lifetime, I adore it. Admired it. I can watch this scenery for a day, just take a screenshot and I can make a wallpaper. Princess Pig reward a super rocket. The scenery is so beautiful. I love the anchor brother. 6666. The anchor is a real cow. How many gifts have been received since the first day of the broadcast? There are not many people in this live broadcast room, but there are really many local tyrants. The boss, the promise boss, and now there are hidden bosses, take it. Yu, thank Princess Pig for a super rocket. After Yu finished speaking, he opened the door and walked to the backyard. Came to the backyard, a big face appeared in front of Yu. Surprised Yu. Fuck. Fuck, fuck. What is it? Frighten me. The audience in the live broadcast room was also shocked. Then they saw that the guy who appeared suddenly was the big white snake during the day. Yu, hey? You haven't left yet. The white snake spit an apricot at Yu, and then rubbed Yu's hand with the huge snake head, looking very affectionate. It seems to be saying, excuse me, you are more comfortable, so I won't leave. Yu looked at this big white snake. Is this guy really not going to leave? In the live broadcast room, many people were surprised. This big white snake seems to be very anchor, or you can keep him. Yet, we all like this white snake. If we keep it for cultivation, she will become Bai Sohen in the future. Isn't she fragrant? God Bai Sohen. But I want the anchor to leave this big white snake. Promise 10 super rockets awarded. Anchor, keep it, buy meat for this white snake with the money from these gifts. Lord Mo smile 10 super rockets awarded. The cloud-raising snake counts me as one, add a chicken leg to the white snake. Princess Pig rewarded 5 super rockets. Add a braised egg. Seeing so many viewers let themselves leave this white snake, Suyu looked at the white snake again. Also nodded in the end. Well, if this is the case, then you can stay, but the premise is that we have 3 chapters. Without my consent, you can't attack humans and you can't go out casually. There are many people in the village, especially children. You are a snake yourself, and with such a big body, walking around in the village will scare people. Then not only you, but I will also be in trouble, you know. Suyu said to the white snake solemnly. The white snake nodded very well after hearing this. Hiss. Suyu is satisfied, very good. Looking at the white snake in the live broadcast room, he actually nodded, as if he understood it. The audience in the live broadcast room was stunned. Fuck. Really? Can this white snake really understand people? It's so spiritual, this snake is refined. The anchor is lucky. Anchor, do you buy this snake? I'm willing to pay 100,000. If I sell it, I will pay out 200,000. The live broadcast room has started bidding. Suyu's face is a little weird. Is this white snake so valuable? However, Suyu didn't sell it in the end. First, after all, this white snake is not his own pet, and he has no right to sell it. Second, this white snake is more human. Since he has decided to raise it, Suyu is not willing to sell it to others. Keep it for yourself. Suyu, I'm sorry everyone, this white snake is raised by itself and is not for sale. It's a pity, I really like this white snake. Anchor, give it a name, it's always called white snake, and it doesn't sound good. Yes, since I have raised it, let me name it. I have a bold idea. Why don't I call it Bai Sohen? What is Bai Sohen? Isn't it called Nuwa? Just let you take out mythological characters to name the real white snake, I think it is more appropriate to call it Lappy Snake. God Snake, do you think this is the adventure of a little carp? Suyu, well, everyone don't fight, I think it's better to call it Ziobai, just a little bit simpler. Little Bai? This seems to be the name of a dog. The anchor name is a waste of real hammer, and the name is too casual. It's a little casual, but at least it's more reliable than Bai Sohen and Lappy Snake. I think Ziobai is pretty good. Give the anchor little brother a thumbs up. Come on, as long as it's what the anchor does, you can say everything. I think you are the body of the greedy anchor brother, you are mean. Ah, this, you can see through it. Suyu, okay, everyone, don't make trouble, I will go and clean up the warehouse at home in a moment, and Ziobai will live there in the future. That's it for today's live broadcast. See you tomorrow. Don't be the anchor. It's only going to be broadcast at 6 o'clock? It will be broadcast for a while. Yeah, it was broadcast so early, it's too short, we still want to interact with Ziobai for a while. The anchor will play again. Don't be so short and weak. Suyu, today is indeed a bit late. I have to clean up the warehouse in a while, and also make wine. Tomorrow, let you interact with Ziobai tomorrow. After Suyu finished speaking, he greeted the audience in the live broadcast room and then closed the live broadcast. Fuck. Ruthless. Relentless anchor, offline at the speed of light. It's annoying. I want to see Xiao Bai for a while. Forget it, come early tomorrow. It's gone. After turning off the live broadcast, Su Yu cleaned up the warehouse at home. This warehouse is not big. It was originally used by Su Yu's parents to store farm tools. Later, after Su Yu's family didn't farm, all the old farm tools were given away, and the warehouse was left unused. Su Yu tidied up, and there was no problem with the next Xiao Bai. It took half an hour to clean up the warehouse. After the warehouse was emptied, Xiao Bai moved in happily. Then, Su Yu was ready to brew Sendai wine. Has promised the wine for the audience in the live broadcast room, now we are ready to prepare. Sendai liquor is grain liquor. It's just that the brewing method is slightly different from ordinary grain wine in other places. The common osmanthus and wild grapes, which are unique to Sendai village, are added to the ordinary grain wine. Therefore, Sendai wine not only has the sweetness of ordinary grain wine, but also the fragrance of osmanthus and the mellow and sweetness of grapes. Yu reading www.yuyugonshu.com has endless aftertastes. Grain wine brewing methods are generally koji making, material selection, and fermentation. There is no distillation and blending of modern liquor. So as long as the raw materials are available and the koji is enough, Su Yu can make unlimited wine. Brewing grain wine requires a lot of raw materials. Sendai village uses sorghum to make wine. The most important feature of sorghum is its high starch content and easy fermentation. The fat and protein content in it is also very balanced, the fermentation of microorganisms is smooth, and it does not cause the production of off-flavor substances, making it the best brewing material. In fact, whether it is sorghum or distiller's yeast, Su Yu does not have it on hand now. He just returned from the imperial capital, and the family has been unoccupied for several years. How could these things be there? But it's okay, just have it in Uncle Zhang's house. Su Yu can go and ask for a little bit. Su Yu had already told them before eating at Uncle Zhang's house. Evening. Uncle Zhang directly used his electric small three-wheeler to pull 2 bags of sorghum, distiller's yeast, and some winemaking materials from his own wine cellar to Su Yu. After Su Yu moved all these winemaking materials home, it was already past 7 o'clock in the evening. It must be too late to start making wine now. So Su Yu could only process the sorghum first. Su Yu first boiled a large pot of hot water and soaked the red sorghum sent by Uncle Zhang in hot water. The first step in making wine is processing grain. Soak like this for about 1 night. After the sorghum was soaked in water, Su Yu had nothing to do. So after Su Yu put all the sorghum in the basin soaked, he ran upstairs to rest. Upstairs. Su Yu's room. Su Yu was lying on the bed, watching Xia live broadcast backstage. He broadcasted a total of 5.5 hours today. Received a total of 47 super rockets. As for some other small gifts, Su Yu did not count them. The price of a super rocket live broadcast on Xia is 1000 RMB. Platform deducts half. The remaining Su Yu can get 500 yuan. In other words, he made nearly 24,000 in half a day today. This live broadcast, money is really fast. Of course, it's not that anyone can make money like this on live broadcasts. Today, Su Yu is in the right time and place, and he is well occupied. There are big white snakes and environmental assists from Sendai village, plus just meeting a few big local tyrants to have an effect. If you are an ordinary newcomer, you may not be able to make money after the first month of broadcasting. I can only say that Su Yu's luck is very good. Lion's Tooth live broadcast gifts can be withdrawn when they accumulate to 500 yuan. The total value of Su Yu's gifts reached more than 20,000. Can definitely be brought up. It happens that Su Yu is poor enough now. More than 20,000 yuan is enough for him to use it for a long time. Withdraw money from the platform. Soon, a text message came over. Ding! Your ICBC card ending in 2237 was transferred to the amount of 24,800 yuan on July 20, 2020. When the money arrived, Su was relieved. Put away the phone. Su recalled the system. A blue light curtain appeared in front of him. Host, Su sex, male age, 24 number of live broadcasts, 1 popularity, 75,813 signed in today. The other items have not changed. Only the number of live broadcasts and popularity have changed. The number of live broadcasts has changed from 0 to 1. The popularity of also reached 75,813 person times. Shows that the system judged that this time Su live broadcast was watched by a total of 75,813 people. Just. What's the use of this popularity? Su domain inquiry system. Soon, the system responded. Ding dong. Congratulations to the host, the popular mall is officially opened, and the host can enter the popular mall to buy goods. Popular mall? Su clicked in curiously. What does this mall sell? Click on the popular mall. The light curtain in front of Su's eyes changed the next moment. The original blue character panel turned orange. One product after another also appeared in front of Su's eyes. Su only glanced at it, and he took a breath. Ah, this, no? These things? Are you serious about the system? Su rubbed his eyes, thinking that he had made a mistake. Washing pill, rehabilitation pill, divine power talisman, quick talisman. In addition to these, Su looked down, there are even more outrageous. Fireball, water bomb technique, water avoidance position technique, Jingtao palm, dragon, elephant, boxing, royal swordsmanship, refining tools, Beja, array of formations. Su, this damn, isn't this something in the world of cultivating immortals? System, I am the earth. You sell this too? Isn't it illegal? System, ding dong. Failed to recognize the meaning of the host. The popular mall, together with the heavens and the worlds, as long as the things that are in the heavens and the worlds are sold in the mall, the host can buy them with confidence. Su, well, I'll believe you if you say that, but the system, how can I buy these things? Ding dong. The host can purchase goods with popularity value. Su, popularity value? I have more than 70,000 popularity value. Why not just buy it? Then, Su was excited to start shopping. But I just opened one of the products. Looked at the price, Su was immediately stunned. Fuck. Is not it? One is more than 20,000 popular? This is too dark. I thought it was enough to buy a lot of things. It seems that I can't afford anything. A system sells for 100,000 gas. As for, it is worth 200,000 people. Who can stand this? After watching for a long time, Su Yuman was only able to buy 2 things in the end. 1. The former is 20,000 people. The latter is 50,000 people angry. Is just 70,000 people. Su sucked cleanly. Then Su extracted these 2 things. Zisui pill appeared directly in Su's hands. Is a yellow round pill the size of a longan. As for void refining Qiju. Is directly injected into the brain of Su in the form of information flow. Su remembered all the contents of this void training Qiju in an instant. According to the system introduction. This void training Qiju is a practice method in the world of cultivating immortals. And it is one of the top exercises in the world of cultivating immortals. Su is now only redeeming Qi refining chapter. In other words, the content of this Qi refining chapter is only enough for Su to cultivate to the peak of Qi refining. If he breaks through to the next level, he still needs to redeem the content of the foundation period. Looking at the avoid training Qiju in my mind. Su did not rush to practice. Instead, he threw a Zisui pill into his mouth first. He wants to reshape his body first. Improve the strength of your body, and you will definitely get twice the result with half the effort when you practice. After taking the pill, Su felt sleepy. Then, Su fell asleep groggily under the intense sleepiness. No words for a night. The next day, when Su woke up again, it was already 7:30 in the morning. As soon as he opened his eyes, Su could smell a strong smell in the room. What's the taste? Su still doesn't know what happened. Looked down at the taste. I only saw his body sticky. Reading www.uuganshu.com was surrounded by a black viscous liquid. Is the smell of this black viscous liquid? What is this? Su almost jumped up from the bed. After checking, Su found that it seemed to be excreted from his body. Then he quickly remembered that he ate Ziswai pill yesterday. Is this the impurities in your body? Su clenched his fists, and sure enough, he could clearly feel that his strength seemed to have increased a lot. Body hardness is also different. Su can't stand this smell. Ran to the bathroom and took a shower. After coming out of the bathroom, Su stood in front of the mirror. Looked at myself in the mirror. Su was almost stunned. Fuck. 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 Tell important things 3 times. Is this really me? Mermaid line, male dog waist, 8-pack ABS, golden ratio. Although Su's figure was good at first, but after the transformation of the marrow pill, Su's figure now has to be described as scary. Professional fitness athletes are just like that. And after being transformed by Ziswai pill, his face seems to be a lot more handsome. After being narcissistic in front of the mirror for a while, Su reluctantly put on his clothes. Came to the yard, Su remembered. Correct. I haven't signed in yet. See what good things have today. Su summoned the system. Sign in. Ding dong. Congratulations to the host for signing in successfully and get rewards. At this time, Su had moved the phone over. Pushed Xiao Bai's big snake face to the side. Su, okay, let me give in first, let the authentic anchor appear on the scene. Handsome guy, who are you? Where's the anchor from yesterday? Who are you handsome? This handsome guy is a bit familiar. Su, it's only been one night, you don't recognize me anymore. I'm going, anchor? When did you become so handsome? I thought it was someone else just now. Yes. I also think that the anchor's appearance has risen by a level overnight. Is this going to have a facelift overnight? Su, actually, it's okay, but I slept better yesterday, so I might look more energetic today. Good. Very energetic. What kind of outdoor live broadcast does the anchor have this value? Isn't it good to go to the open star show to attract fans? This is the legend that you can eat on your face, but must you rely on strength? Su chatted with the audience in the live broadcast room for a while. Then I went to make breakfast. The gas stove in Su's hometown hasn't been turned on for several years. Whether it can be used or not are 2 things. Su now uses the most commonly used stoves in rural areas. Breakfast is a simple solution. A pot of porridge. Su ignited, Xiao Bai followed curiously watching Su busily. Seeing this guy doing nothing, Su patted his head. Don't just stand, go and help set the fire. Xiao Bai snorted, nodding his head very psychically, and obediently went to help Su burn the fire. 666. Xiao Bai can really understand what the anchor said. Xiao Bai, the snake is under the eaves, so I have to bow my head. It's so good, if only I had such an obedient pet. Xiao Bai is so stupid. 23,333. No wonder the anchor didn't sell 300,000 yesterday. Shooting snakes in a group, is there anyone together? Steal the snake +1. Take me one, I will bring my own sack. Zhangzhou, office, Jiangling's aunt laughed. This big white snake really understands human words. Looks really spiritual. Zhongling suddenly felt that the live broadcast was a bit upright, and couldn't get out after watching it. Gradually became a fan of Xiaobai. At the same time, it is natural that Zhongling is not the only one who has been fancied by Xiaobai. Many tourists who clicked into the Suyu live broadcast room saw Xiaobai's well-behaved scene, and most of them paid attention and gradually turned to fans. Soon, Suyu's live broadcast room exceeded 80,000 people. There are more people than yesterday at the peak. Of course, Suyu now has no time to watch the number of people in the live broadcast room. Now he is busy washing rice and cooking. With the Ling Shui well, Suyu now drinks water without drinking ordinary water. Reiki water is used for cooking porridge. The rice porridge will be cooked for a while. At this time, someone posted a barrage in the live broadcast. By the way, the anchor, did you promise our wine made yesterday? I'm still waiting to buy your wine. Yes, anchor brother, I promised us last night. Suyu, I almost forgot. The wine has already been made. If you want to see it, I can take you to see it. Okay, okay. I haven't seen anyone else make wine yet. I also want to see. Hurry up and see how it goes. Since the audience wants to see it. Suyu took his mobile phone and prepared to take them to have a look. Before leaving, Suyu also told Xiaobai, don't run around, burn the fire here, I'll be back soon. Xiaobai was pitiful, weak and helpless, nodded, then curled up a firewood with his tail and threw it into the stove. 23,333. What a poor white! Touch your head! Xiaobai, damn it! Orcs are never slaves. What? Can you eat rice? Come on Xiaobai! Work is the most glorious. Give the kitchen to Xiaobai. Suyu took the audience to the place where the sorghum was soaked the day before. Showed the big pot of soaked sorghum in front of the audience in the live broadcast room. Anchor, what are these? Is there water in it? Is this the grain for brewing wine? Why soak in water? Suyu, yes, this is sorghum. Because sorghum wine is fragrant, full of taste and endless aftertaste in the mouth, it is the best material for brewing grain wine. As for why soaking in water, it is because soaking grain can make the grain swell and absorb water. The structure of starch is loose, which creates conditions for cooking and gelatinization. It seems inconspicuous, but it can reduce the bitterness of the finished wine, and in addition, it can also increase the wine yield. It turned out to be like this, I have learned a lot. 6666. Looking forward to the anchor's finished wine. Suyu, well, everyone, now I go back to have breakfast, and after breakfast, I will come back for the follow-up of wine making. Suyu said, returning to the kitchen. When Suyu returned to the kitchen, Xiaobai's porridge was already cooked. Stood aside obediently and waited for Suyu to return. Suyu touched its head. Then he opened the lid and glanced inward. It doesn't matter whether you look at it or not. After taking a look, Suyu frowned. Hey? Something seems to get in this porridge. Suyu took a pair of chopsticks and picked one out of the mixed stuff in the rice porridge. Fuck. Ginseng? Angkor is awesome. Do you put ginseng in the porridge? Damn. This trademark is outrageous. I have watched so many eating broadcasts, and I have never seen a way to eat more proudly than this. Yu reading www.yuyugonshu.com. Wait, my house sells ginseng. This doesn't seem to be ordinary ginseng. This seems to be wild ginseng. Wild ginseng? Is there anything special? I asked the boss for science. There are currently two types of ginseng on the market, one is garden ginseng and the other is wild ginseng. Garden ginseng refers to artificially cultivated varieties. It takes more than 5 or 6 years from planting to harvest. The yield is relatively large. Wild ginseng is wild ginseng in its natural state. It has a long growth period, ranging from decades to hundreds of years. The output is now very small, and it is a treasure of ginseng. In terms of medicinal value, wild ginseng is in keeping with the general public. The garden ginseng sold on the market is not of the same level at all. As for the special place, the most special thing is definitely more expensive than ordinary ginseng. And it is not generally expensive. Now the wholesale price of ordinary ginseng is sold at 100 yuan per kati. As for wild ginseng, because the production is scarce, there are so many real wild ginseng every year. The price is calculated by year and grams. Trust me, don't ask the price, you just can't afford it. Yes, last year I also bought a few wild ginseng to give to the elders. The price is indeed relatively expensive, but the wild ginseng that others eat is basically used to invigorate qi and cure diseases or hang their lives. Yes, the anchor, you used it to cook porridge. This is the first time I have seen you. You are the real cow. I've been doing it for a long time. It turns out that the anchor is the real hidden boss. You pretended to be poor yesterday to lie to me for the gift. I don't care, but I will return my super rocket. So you looked at the barrage at the moment, and then at the root of ginseng on his chopsticks. God is here, so you said that he really didn't know what was going on. This ginseng, where did the ghost come from? He obviously just cooked a pot of porridge.